The First World War on the Western Front was defined by 5 battles that determined not only the course of the conflict, but also the shape of modern warfare. The first was the Battle of the Marne in September 1914, when French and British forces halted the rapid German advance that threatened Paris. The victory ended German hopes for a quick triumph under the Schlieffen Plan and forced both sides to dig in, marking the beginning of trench warfare. From that point, the Western Front became a line of attrition, stretching from the North Sea to Switzerland. The Battle of Verdun became the longest and one of the most brutal engagements of the war. Germany's goal was to bleed France into surrender, but the French army, under General Pétain, refused to yield. The battle raged for nearly 10 months, with both sides exchanging control of key forts such as Douaumont and Vaux several times. The battle ended in December 1916, with the French army successfully recapturing most of the lost ground, marking a defensive victory for France but an immense human cost to both sides. To relieve pressure on Verdun, the Allies launched the Battle of the Somme, introducing the first tanks and testing new offensive tactics. Though gains were limited, the Somme exhausted German reserves and reshaped Allied command and cooperation. The battle marked the beginning of Britain's transformation into a major land power, with its largely volunteer army gaining crucial combat experience. It also demonstrated that the war would be won not by a single breakthrough, but through sustained industrial and logistical superiority. A year later, the Third Battle of Ypres, or Passchendaele, epitomised the horror of trench warfare. The offensive aimed to break through Flanders, but degenerated into a costly slog through mud and shell fire. Yet by wearing down the German army, it helped pave the way for eventual victory. The battle revealed the limits of traditional infantry assaults and underscored the need for better coordination between artillery, infantry, and emerging tank forces. It also weakened Germany's capacity to resist future Allied offensives by draining men and material that could not be replaced. The final phase came in 1918 with the 100 Days Offensive, when a revitalised Allied force, now including large numbers of Americans, combined tanks, aircraft and artillery in coordinated attacks that shattered German defences. This campaign forced the German army into retreat and directly led to the armistice of the 11th of November, ending the war on the Western Front. It demonstrated the effectiveness of modern combined arms warfare, where mobility and coordination replaced static trench fighting. The success of the offensive proved that Germany's exhausted army could no longer sustain the conflict, paving the way for the end of the war. Across the Western Front, 5 key battles defined the struggle and the eventual Allied victory. The Marne stopped Germany's rapid advance, Verdun and the Somme drained its strength, Passchendaele eroded its capacity to defend, and the 100 Days Offensive finally broke its lines. The Allies triumphed through endurance, industrial superiority, improved coordination, and the steady arrival of fresh American forces that tipped the balance decisively in their favour. Finally, I have a small favour to ask. Could you press those like and subscribe buttons? It helps the channel enormously.